Everyone, episode 2. Welcome. It's gonna be a little better quality than last one. We had some issues, but we're back now. Beautiful quality. We're looking good here. I look fantastic. Colby, you look like shit.
Appreciate it.
Let's get into highlights real quick. Rick is not here, unfortunately. Rick's got some stuff going on right now. He is out for this episode, and Colby is taking his first full co-host episode today. So let's get it going. He's gonna do a killer fucking job. And let's do some quick spring highlights. We got Elly De La Cruz. Beautiful 2-home run game. I think he's really going to step into the full star status for the Reds. I mean, he's due for probably going to have a. They're talking. I actually read that they're talking about a monster possible $1 billion extension on him. I swear, wow. I read it, and I believe it was an ESPN report. So if you're an Elly,
wow. $1 billion?
I mean, you got to assume it's going to be like a 15 to 20 year deal. He's still only
life.
How old's Elly now? 22, 23? Yeah, they'll get him for a 20
$1 billion is a life deal.
That's 20 year, $1 billion deal. It makes me sick. I'd never pay any amount of money for like that kind of like a player for that. But
what is that per year?
I have no idea. That's probably $100 million
for 20 years.
Well, what is the one is 50 for 100, so it's 500 million. So 50
mil a year.
50 mil for 20. That would be 50 mil for 20 years, which actually is normal. I mean, that's like kind of like
that actually doesn't sound that bad.
No, it doesn't on paper, and they'll backload it as always. Next highlight is Bryce Eldridge, who I sold all of. I need to, Kobe. Now that I did such a good job at my last show with inventory, I sold a few big cards and I loaded up with a lot of $200, $300 stuff. So now I have some volume. So I think I'm going to be holding some stuff from now on, like my Jordan Lawlers and stuff. So Bryce Eldridge I did sell, unfortunately, which sucks. I didn't want to. But he just hit a fucking 110 mile per hour exit velo home run, 450 feet. The kid's absolutely going to be a stud. Yes. I got to wait till he gets hurt so I could buy another one.
I don't want to wish that on nobody.
No, I hope he slumps for like 2 weeks so I can buy one. Because fuck. Next one is Cam Smith. He hit 2 tanks in spring training. We got a little section for him coming up. And I mean, he's fantastic. And in the Astros very devoid farm system. If you're actually an Astros fan, come up to the show last on Saturday. He's like, do I need Astros prospects? Like, who the fuck do you want? Because they got dog shit. Their prospects suck. They just got Cam Smith.
Cam Smith's not even going to be a prospect. Cam Smith is going to be the starting third baseman for the Astros this year.
We'll get there. Okay. Kyle Teal. Values have fallen dramatically since he was traded to the White Sox. But assuming they're probably going to go up now because he hit a fucking monster tank off. Big pitcher Roki Sasaki. Unfortunately, it was like interleague scrimmage, but like that thing was fucking shot like out of a cannon.
I wish we had the numbers on that. I have yet to see any numbers on it, but I haven't seen them.
You know what? I have a great story about this real quick about Kyle Teal. So Kyle Teal, we all seen his numbers fall for his prices. He's got a really great Bowman first auto. Great card. I love it in general. I think he's a great investment right now. His numbers, I think, went probably half price. I think they cut right in half since the trade. I actually had someone offer me the True Orange or the Orange Shimmer first auto. He wanted 500, and I was negotiating. I go, dude, last one sold for $230.
Wow.
Yeah, so I told him, I go, I'll pay $210. I'll pay almost full comp for this thing, but I can't pay any more than that. I mean, like I can't.
$230?
Yeah, dude, it fell dramatically, and that's an orange.
I would have paid him $250 for it.
Yeah, it was raw. He wouldn't have took $250 for it. That's the thing.
He wouldn't have.
No,
I mean, there's a point where you have to hold it.
Yeah, you got it.
I mean, there's a point where you have to hold it.
You have to, absolutely. Next is Connor Griffin. He looks so good in spring. Obviously, there's not going to be a lot of movement with Connor Griffin. I mean, card prices will go up, but not close. He's not close to the league. We know this, but he looks really great. I think you could probably get. I think he's around $100 for a base auto, right?
I bought one for $75 today, but that's a good deal.
$80. Yeah, no, it is absolutely. I think I bought one for like 50 at the show. Not gonna lie to you. I think I bought mine for 50.
I would give you $75 for it right now.
I know. Yeah, he's a great player. Good to invest in. Next one is unfortunate news. Zach Neto, someone who actually we were really excited for, due for a big breakout year this year. Changed his leg kick. He got hurt. He's not going to be ready for opening day. Prime time to actually buy some Zach Neto now that he's hurt.
I've seen a lot of blues floating around.
I have too. I've seen a lot of Zach Neto actually being posted. I've seen his blue rookie cards, like that kind of stuff. He has, and if you're looking for Zach Neto, because I mean, they got a lot coming up right now. Christian Moore is probably due to make the team. Mm-hmm. Zach Neto has rookie and Bowman first autos. All right, so we'll move into our weekly versus section, and Kobe's actually going to take this one for here. So Kobe, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So first up, versus we got James Wood and Junior Caminero, both promising prospects. Me and Dakota have two very separate views on these two. Personally, I like James Wood more. I think he has a higher ceiling and higher values to go, just because he's so electric.
Yeah. All right, so here's my problem. They're both really good. James Wood is, I think he's about a year older. They both did. Yeah, he's a little bit older. So
yeah
I think overall, I think James Wood, he had more time in the league last year. Junior I believe he was hurt at the beginning of the year, came up a little late. He had 300 ABs, James Wood. He only played on, probably a little more than half a season. 264, 9 homers, 41 ribbies, 14 stolen bases. Nothing to scoff at for a rookie. Played great. My issue is that Junior came up, played half those games. He had 165 ABs. Had 6 homers, 18 ribbies. He only had 2 stolen bases, but I mean, the dude had half the at-bats, 6 home runs, and we know Junior's power is different. James Wood's power is also different. He's humongous.
I agree.
But I think my problem with value and investing in this situation, if we're talking investment,
that's where I was going to go.
James Wood is fighting 5 other guys for stardom on that team, in my opinion. You have Dylan Cruz, so many other guys.
Abrams.
There's a lot of prospects on that team, right?
It's a very promising team.
The Nationals are going to be good. It's been a poverty franchise for too long now. Junior Caminero is fighting no one. Junior Caminero played 160 games in the league last year, and he's already their star player.
Yeah,
and that Dominican League home run he hit with that bat flip, and he took 45 minutes to round the fucking bases. I'm on Junior Caminero here, and I mean, I own both.
That was pretty gross.
It was. I own both. I don't know. Are you holding any Junior or James Wood?
No, I have a terrible, terrible story about James Wood card that I actually sold about a year and a half ago.
Go ahead.
So I bought this speckle at a local show. It was at a $2.99. I decided to send it to BGS. I was thinking, it's not the greatest. Probably get a 9.5, right? Came back a BGS 10. Gold label.
Really?
Not a black label. I wish it was black label. 0.5 off from a black label. If it was a
black label, it would have probably been a very big sum of money.
Yeah. Well, I sold that card for $800.
What was the card at James Wood? What?
Speckle Auto at a $2.99.
Nice card. I mean, 800 is probably around what it's gonna go for right now. It sounds about right.
Well, it did. A couple months later, it went for 200 or 800 on auction, but I bet you the 10s are a lot more now.
Yeah, they're probably going for a lot. I'll show off some of mine. So right here, I mean, without the glare. Let's see,
monsters.
I mean, I got a Junior, Topps Chrome up Sapphire Green Auto PSA 10, and then I got my blue that I gemmed, Topps Chrome True Blue PSA 10. But at the show, I used to have a bunch of James Wood. I had a Refractor 10, Bowman first, and a base, and then I ended up picking up this green 9. I know it's a 9, but I actually might crack. I might crack it and resub. It's really pretty. But I mean, so I'm a holder in both. I'm not. it's not for me. I mean, I know I have a little bit more in Junior, but for stats on paper, and I think what's crazy. I think James Wood's actually more expensive right now.
Oh, he is. Yes, most definitely is more expensive. Because, like I said, I think the ceiling's higher. Myself,
I think there's a huge void in stardom for the Rays after what happened with Wander Franco, and I think Junior has the spotlight. I think his pure 5-tool skill is there. Mm-hmm. I think maybe the power will end up taking over the speed for him. James Wood I think he's more of 5-tool, but I think the power there's for Junior, and I think he's going to show out more, especially being a shortstop.
Well, the thing with Junior is a week and a half ago, I went to Ray spring training. I was just walking around. I was just there to have a good time. I had no cards, wasn't graphing or anything, but
it's the worst. I hate it. It's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
Graphing.
But, I was watching the minor leaguers because, that's what I do. I like watching the minor leaguers. But
it's what we do.
The sound just off Junior Caminero's bat was enough to make my head just take a complete 360 and go watch him hit.
Yeah, dude.
I bet you he hit like a 420-foot home run into like a 10, 15 mile an hour wind. It was gross. Like I've never seen anybody hit batting practice like that.
At a minor league stadium this year.
Yeah, true. Probably the dimensions are pretty small.
I think they're a bit smaller. So
I'm a Junior guy. Steinbrenner, right?
Yeah, Steinbrenner Field.
So it's probably a pretty close representation to New York.
Yeah, they're always smaller though usually, and it's in Florida. It's it's not
outside.
In a dome. Not in a dome. I think his pop flyers are gonna hit the roof and come back down. It's gonna be hot. Balls are gonna move. I know it's a little humid, but I think Junior's the guy. I think Junior's the guy for me.
All right. We'll transition to our next versus. We got two very promising pitchers. One in the Dodgers organization, and then
one I adore. He's Cardinals, my favorite.
Right? Cardinals organization. We got Tink Hence and Jackson Ferris. Both
little old
pitchers.
Markavian Tink Hence. How did someone get the nickname Tink? Like his name's Markavian Hence, but you know what? His Bowman first auto fucking says Tink Hence, and I love it. I love it. One of my favorite prospect pitchers.
The only thing I could think of is maybe he's tiny, but he's not very tiny. He's a pretty big guy. He just pumps.
He's slim. He's slim.
I'm with Dakota on this one though. Tink blows this guy out of the water in my opinion. I don't even understand why this was a versus segment in the first place, honestly.
So Jackson Ferris honestly is nothing to scoff at. They're both honestly, I would say similar pitchers stat wise. They both have great strikeout numbers. I think they end up right at the same AA level. So Jackson Ferris has the velocity on Tink Hence. I think Tink Hence is topping out right actually like 92, 93. He doesn't really throw that hard. But Tink Hence's stuff and his changeup are out of this world, in my opinion. His
RPM's wild.
Yeah, he's got some weird, crazy revolution numbers. And my issue is that I think Jax Ferris went to the Dodgers.
Yes, he's with the Dodgers now.
Okay, so Jackson Ferris, I don't like their prospects.
He was with
I think the Cubs.
Detroit before? Really?
No, I think he was with the Cubs. Yeah, but for me,
Cubs.
The Cardinals have this thing right now about developing young pitchers. I think they're so good at it. They got Quinn Matthews, they got Cooper Hierpe, they got so many good. They developed Jack Flaherty. They do really good with their arms, and I'm really excited what they're going to do with Tink Hence. Dodgers prospect pitchers just get fucking hurt all the time. They come up and they're these most prominent monster prospects that could be the next aces in the league. Dustin May, so many other ones, and they just
Walker Buehler, Bobby Miller, it's insane.
Walker Buehler is a star.
You're just saying that because he's on the Red Sox now.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think you're a fucking liar. You're making.
I'm a Red Sox fan too, but I'm just being honest. As a Red Sox fan, Walker Buehler was a bust.
He won a World Series. He was one of the best pitchers in the league at one point. He just got hurt.
What is he now?
Tommy John. At least he won. I think he almost won a Cy Young.
Almost.
Okay, Vanderbilt.
I
Baby.
mean,
even though Vanderbilt lost to a 1-7 UConn team today, don't get me fucking started. I'm so fucking mad right now. Dodgers they develop pitchers, but they have a real thing. And you know what? Where the fuck is he going to be in rotation? They have 34 starting pitchers on that roster.
Oh, and they're
he is not going to be, dude. And he's not going to be on. And they have all these hurt pitchers coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, there's no space.
There's no space at all. I think he'll probably be traded or be a bullpen guy eventually, or they'll slot him as a fifth starter. There's nowhere for him to be an ace on that team. No. And they brought back Kershaw.
I don't even think there's room for him in the bullpen either.
Probably
Bullpen's
not.
gross as well.
They got Gosselin in there too, who's coming back. Like, I think, and there's nothing but room on the Cardinals roster. And Tink has been one of their most favorite prospects. His issue, he has to really limit the home run ball. And I mean, I think their Bowman first autos base are identical. Issue is that Tink is all the way back to 2020.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jackson Ferris was 22. I believe
he was drafted in 22.
So I think his Bowman is 22 or 23. I had it. I can't remember.
More than likely, it's one of the two.
You don't really see, you skim over them usually, Jackson Ferris. Yeah. Now he's probably more prominent. But Tink Hence is 2020. His stuff goes for some decent money. I'm a Tink Hence guy. Next.
Same here. Next. Big next button. I mean, we're circling right back to the power. We got Wyatt Langford, Dylan Cruz. Back to the Nationals.
I think we're both on the same on this. I think we're dead.
Really?
I think we're the same on this.
I'm dead set on Wyatt Langford.
I'm also dead set. I
bought another base auto.
Why is Dylan Cruz Bowman first auto 10s going for $400? I just sold mine yesterday for $375. I sold it for $375. What in Langford's honestly, at like $300.
Yeah, honestly, I think maybe LSU. Maybe I don't really know. I mean, he's kind of a household name at this point. No, I should say a household.
Paper. Okay, and the stats on paper make sense too. So I mean, I think I believe Langford's are hitting like I think they're hitting the 350 range for 10s for base. Cruises are at 400. It doesn't make any sense.
They sit 400 too, and his color does way more.
They do way more. And
his color does so much more.
So maybe it's because now that Langford has Topps Chrome rookies and Dylan Cruz doesn't yet. Maybe that could be the difference.
I don't know.
Maybe because there's more options.
Maybe.
But
I'm not really
Langford
sure.
Langford hit almost I think a little bit above 250, 16 homers, 74 ribbies, 19 stolen bases on a Rangers team who was a World Series winning team just 2 years ago. The Nationals have a long way to go.
The only thing that might make sense for me if I'm buying Wyatt Langford, why I'm staying away, is he was very cold to start the year last year. I mean, he was like ice. I mean, he couldn't hit water for fun on a boat.
Corbin Carroll, same thing.
Corbin's down.
Corbin Carroll he was way down, but he tore. Could you imagine buying Corbin Carroll like a little bit before midseason when he was nothing last year? I should have did it. And he had a scorching hot second half of the year. Scorching. I
can't wait to see the Diamondbacks. That's why I'm wearing the hat today.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see him. I think
me too.
Gross.
Listen, we're gonna have Jordan Lawler definitely be on our verses next week. I can tell you that.
Against who? He's too good.
I don't know. No one's gonna beat him. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, exactly. There's no argument there. All right.
Dylan Cruz had 218 last year. 119 at bats, 218, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs. I mean, at 12 stolen bases was great, but they play the same position. It doesn't make sense to me. The prices. I think Langford is way better to buy, and you have the option of going after. Don't fucking say anything stupid with this stupid sticker auto, but you have the option of going after Wyatt Langford Chrome updates, which are a little bit cheaper, and you can get PSA 10s for like dirt cheap. And he has Topps Finest. I'm saying because I own all these cards. I own a purple Topps Chrome update PSA 10, and I just gemmed the purple Topps Finest auto. So Yeah, I'm fine with getting that stuff. I think there's a lot of money to be made on it, and he's a great investment. I think Wyatt Langford's going to be a superstar. He's
I
going to
agree.
be. He's going to be.
100%.
And I think you're going to see probably next year for the World Baseball Classic, you're going to see Wyatt Langford on Team USA. You're not going to see Dylan.
The older
I
guys.
think you're not going to see Dylan Cruz on Team USA.
Yeah, I agree. Well,
I think you'll see Wyatt Langford.
Yeah,
And
both on the same page on that.
Those prices are going to be way up when the World Baseball Classic happens. Look what happened with Ohtani. Look what happened with Arenado. All of these guys. The World Baseball Classic is a huge price boost to these guys. It's going to be
for
electric.
sure.
Can't wait.
All right. Well, we got a fun segment here, and these two products don't have sticker autos. We're doing a versus for Topps Chrome Gilded and Topps Chrome Cosmic. Both very interesting products, kind of hated on by the hobby. I do not buy either of these products.
I don't buy either, but I'll buy the cards.
You'll buy the Jarren Duran, Red Sox.
Fuck yeah, I will. Look at this thing. It's gorgeous. I think it was from a breaker, so it's clean. It's going for grading.
Anyway.
So for me, so this is something I can actually I can give some kind of speculation on. I think my Gilded is so much more expensive than it was when it debuted, but it has guaranteed autos in it.
Yeah.
Cosmic Chrome does not. I believe Cosmic Chrome is every other box. So
really?
I have not. Yes, I think it's a case. It's 6 autos in a 12-box case, something like that. Don't quote me on it. I don't give a fuck to look it up.
Yeah, who cares?
I believe it's like every other box or something. So, and no one is going to fucking buy a box of Cosmic Chrome anyway. So, Gilded it's a beautiful product for singles. I actually owned a while back. It's actually on my Instagram. I'll find a picture of it. I owned the Bobby Witt. No, sorry, this is not Gilded. Actually, it was a Ben Baller, so I'm wrong on that. I think Ben Baller is one of those products too. Gilded is a really beautiful product. I just think that there's a lot of bullshit in it. There's a lot of bullshit.
It's too much bullshit.
There's a lot of bullshit veteran autos. You know, in the gold, I believe they have the gold border now, which I can't stand. You can't grade them; they're scratched to shit. It's just not a thing.
It's ridiculous, especially for what is it? A $750 box?
Yeah, it's probably up now too.
That's ridiculous. I mean,
yeah. So I'm not something I do tell people when they buy these. You know, if you're gonna spend $400-500 fucking $100 on a box of cards, I tell them get a box of Bowman or get a box of Topps Chrome.
Yeah,
Gilded is way too much money. These expensive side products, they don't hold their value for what you spend. Cosmic and Gilded.
I was just looking at 2022 just for shits and gigs on Cosmic. You can buy a hobby box for $450.
Yeah, because there's no guaranteed autos. But now go look at the price of 2022 Chrome Platinum. A lot of money. Because there is a guaranteed auto in it, and you can get that Bobby Witt. And we'll get into that another day. I'm getting all blurry here again. But I mean, this card is. Look at this thing.
Are those hobby?
Look at this thing. Look at it.
It's gross.
This is my pride and joy. But back to
Bobby's the best player in the league.
Yes, he is. Back to Gilded and Cosmic. I prefer Cosmic for singles. Okay.
Yeah.
Just like Jarren Duran. This is an out of 25. I did not pay a lot of money for this card. I did not. Yeah. There's no. You know what's the best part about Cosmic? There's no comps. It's kind of like the fun. You really don't see them. There's like 0 comps on this thing. There's none. I know it's out of 25. You just don't see this stuff because no one opens it. But I do like buying the singles when I find them. I've opened one box of Cosmic. I got lucky. I hit a George Kirby auto. It was a second year. But the cards, the quality of Cosmic is second to none. It is perfect. Perfect. I can't exaggerate. It's like Topps Pristine. Perfect. Amazing. Gilded's tough because you have so many. I mean, I don't like it because they come in like they have the gold borders in there. I don't like Gilded that much. It's a beautiful product. It's just not for me. I'm on the side of Cosmic Chrome. I think I'm so sick of having Topps Chrome Gilded, Topps Chrome Ben Baller. It's the same thing, just with a gold
just with a different border. Yeah,
Cosmic
I'm with you there.
is
I'm with
so
the Cosmic.
different.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It's
so
interesting.
different. It's a cool thing. They have cool inserts. Like they do the universe stuff.
Oh yeah,
It's great. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Cosmic. I think
I agree.
and someone actually someone was gonna try to sell me the Tristan Casas Black Eclipse out of 10 rookie non-auto.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted way too much money for it, but it's a cool looking
It's probably
card.
sick.
And you can get out of 25s and that stuff for a fraction of the price, especially like Jaren Duran, one of the best, most exciting prolific players in the league. So
yeah, I mean that's probably 3x what you paid in a normal Topps Chrome.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
I'm probably going to gem that. If I do gem that, I'm probably going to get rid of my Jaren Duran dynasty. So keep your eye open. Yeah, I know you'll want it. Let's go move on to our next topic. This is going to be a weird little section we're going to do. Is for the season, I want to throw out some names and we'll shoot back and forth. You tell me your opinion if you would buy them right now and if you're going to take the risk. Okay, here we go. This is one that's very controversial in this podcast. Let's go with Jordan Walker.
Hell no. Nope. Not a chance in the world of buying Jordan Walker. Hate it. Especially with how the Cardinals are handling him. I can't stand it.
I know. So let me just I'll dabble in this real quick. Jordan Walker, obviously, he hurt me bad. I had some I had his top. Really? So in front of my eyes, someone pulled the Topps finest out of 25 auto. Like out of a pack. It was some guy at a show, and I go, listen, I'll buy that right now. Cash. I bought it for $250.
Bro's eyes went like this.
No, he had a fucking.
Those were your eyes.
He lit it in the next pack. He had a junior fucking like out of 50 auto. So he was doing well. It was a second year junior, but I mean, big money at that time. So I bought it. I gemmed it. It took so long to come back that it hit his slump. And I lost money on it. I think I sold the thing maybe for like $250 of what I bought it raw. I maybe lost like $30 for grading.
Yeah, I mean that's not terrible.
It hits me hard, but you know what? For how cheap Jordan Walker cards are, and for how good he was, if I can get a fucking really sweet deal on Jordan Walker, if someone comes up to me like at a show with like a Jordan Walker like Topps Chrome rookie auto, like a nice one, like an out of 50 PSA 10, it's like I'll give you this for a steal. I wouldn't hesitate to say yes.
Oh, me neither.
Personally, I would really think about it.
I'll buy anybody if it's a good deal. That's just me.
But when people see Jordan Walker, like, so when I used to be at shows and people brought me Jordan Walker, I'd be like, get it away from me. I don't want to see it. Like, I don't want to touch it. I don't want anything to do with it. It's just people trying to dump their garbage. Right now, it's still dumping their garbage. But, like, it's a new season for Jordan Walker, and Jordan Walker's still only 22 years old.
Hey, that garbage could be gold.
Do we not remember this? Like, Jordan Walker, like, was, like, one of the best prospects in the game at 19 years old.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why you're so hot. That's why you're so hot.
But do we give him a chance? Like, is he still too young? Maybe. All right, you're going to say no. I'll go maybe.
Maybe?
I'm going to say maybe. You say no, I go
for me,
maybe.
Age is a big thing for me personally.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to prospects. Like, I don't like buying prospects over, like, 21. That's just me.
I'm fine with it. I mean, it's just, so I buy Kobe Thomas. Kobe Thomas is 23. But Kobe Thomas is a fucking dog. So 23 is great.
Like him, you know what I mean?
If there's a guy at 24 years old in AAA and he has like a good season, I'm not buying him.
Yeah.
Not for me.
For me, that number is like 22, 23.
All right, I'll say a name and we'll say yes, maybe no.
Yeah, you're nay.
Ready? All right. I'll narrate for those listening on Spotify right now. So their next name. Are you ready? Give me a little drum roll.
Mm-hmm.
A little drum roll. Come on. All right, here we go. Corbin Carroll. I'm 3. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm the same.
I mean, I'm
Maybe.
not. I'm a Red Sox fan.
I'm a Sox fan too. But so what scares me is Corbin Carroll. His prices are still pretty high.
Oh,
You know?
they're
not like in the dumps. He had a phenomenal second half of the season. He really did. But it was a scary first half of the season that we kind of all anticipated. You know?
Yeah, I
He
mean,
was at 23 tops chrome. Also, he has the ugliest 23 tops chrome. You know, where they did the faces. He's got the weird.
Yeah.
So when I first saw that, I thought it was a joke, like a filter, like that someone did on their phone and made him like and made him like a little chubby face. But it was real.
Mhm.
I'm like, did the designer at Topps not realize that he looks like a little fat 13-year-old? I'm like, why does he look like that?
I mean,
his
personally,
Bowman firsts are crazy expensive.
yeah. The problem is with Corbin Carroll going into this prior season was there's only so far you can go from the top. You can excel even further, which most don't do, but most of the time it's down.
I super agree with you. He hit that really high superstar, young all-star threshold.
Yep.
And
Yep.
if you make it above that, like we've seen with Bobby Witt Jr., it's hard.
massive.
You know what? It's hard. It's massive. It's different. Like Bobby Witt Jr.'s cards, his rookie autos. Like, I mean, where did I put it? I don't know. Like,
Honestly, they're almost untouchable now.
like, dude, I just sold his Stadium Club out of 50 PSA 10. Didn't want to, but I got paid really well on it. But dude,
Yeah.
I bought this card for $800 at the National last year.
Who wouldn't buy that for $800? Now?
There was no comps. I was nervous. Colby, you know what this thing's worth now?
$2K probably.
$3K.
I was off by $1,000.
And you know what? Hey, it's a lot of money. But this is my best investment and probably one of those cards that I will never move. I mean, for those listening on Spotify, it's my Bobby Witt Jr. Topps Chrome Platinum anniversary. It's his out of 99. It's the blue prism color match rookie auto PSA 10.
It's pretty.
This thing's yes, it is. It's a retail exclusive. You know how hard this thing is to comp? So like the last sale was like the beginning of last year's season, and it comped for like $800, $900. That's the last comp.
Yeah,
So
I mean, honestly, it's worth double dipping. Get on YouTube just to see this.
Yeah, I know, right? You have to see this card. It's amazing. So what I had to do is we're like so off topic. It's what we do, but I had to actually I found the blue toil. You know how it is. We always do it. So let me tell you, I actually had to find the blue toil, which is the out of 99 in a PSA 10. Mine's actually a double 10. You can't see it. It's a double 10. It's a double 10. So I found the blue toil.
PSA 20, guys.
PSA 20. I comped the blue toil because it's the same thing, and it comped at $28.50. This is a $3,000 card. Same thing. Actually, this is a retail exclusive too. You can only get this out of Blaster.
Might be more. Probably more.
I'm not selling.
It's a tough. Honestly,
I'll never sell this card.
It's a hard gem because it's out of retail. Usually, we see retail getting beat up.
Yeah, and the centering on these things are usually garbage.
Yeah.
So I'm never gonna sell this card. But yeah, next guy.
We went from Corbin Carroll to Bobby Witt.
Yeah. Hey, similar stardom. Just one exceeded it. Next guy, let's go. Ready? This is one of our favorite college pitchers. I know it's both of ours, so here we go.
Yep.
Jack Leiter.
We doing a countdown?
Yep. 3,
I'm ready. I already know my answer.
1.
So cheap. He's disgustingly cheap.
My God. Both of us.
And he doesn't have first autos.
Dude, I saw someone post his gold rookie auto for like $80.
It's like $75. Yeah, it's cheap.
I want to let
way too
everyone
cheap
know
for the level of prospect he is. It's way too cheap.
So I know he was so bad when he hit AAA and the majors.
He was so bad.
I want to let you know that his velocity was super down.
I know information because wasn't he coming off of a tear?
Yes.
Yeah,
he got hurt.
Come on now. Yeah.
So let me tell you something. Jack Leiter is now sitting. At 98 miles an hour. And the spring starts.
I saw a
I don't
TikTok.
want to yell it because I'm going to get too pumped.
Did I send you that TikTok?
Yes, you did.
It was literally a stat by stat. Jack Leiter under 97, Jack Leiter above 98. The numbers were drastic. It was like 300 batting average to like a low twos.
And I know it's spring
It was
training,
crazy.
but Jack Leiter was one of the greatest college pitchers
Prospects.
I've ever seen in my life. Ever. Vanderbilt.
The thing is,
we love Vanderbilt. He's amazing.
The thing is, even if he busts in the major leagues at $75, he will still have a market simply off of his college. Like
that's a
stature.
Phenomenal point. Phenomenal point. College baseball is actually only getting bigger.
Oh yeah, okay. And I mean,
there's a market for Vanderbilt guys. I buy them all the time.
I mean, like even if you buy that True Gold for $80 and Jack Leiter posts an 8 ERA this year, there's no way that card's worth less than 50, just simply because he's one of the greatest Vanderbilt pitchers ever.
Especially if you gem that card. And I think 100%. Jack Leiter, way too good of a skill set.
They come sealed.
Way too good of an arsenal. They're redemptions. I think
they're redemptions.
But way too good of an arsenal. Way too good of a team playing on.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a great segue to go to our next and final player, who was his teammate in college and the MLB. We're going to go with Kumar Rocker. I love Kumar Rocker. He's not doing great in spring training right now. I think he's kind of figuring out. But when he did come up last year, he was as hot as Paul Skeens. He was phenomenal.
For real.
I own
two
really nice Kumar Rockers. Both gems. One's a Bowman first auto, one's his mega box auto. So here we go. Colby. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. So we said maybe. Colby, what's your reason?
It's tough. Kumar. I'm gonna do a little play on words here. Kumar Rocker is getting rocked in spring training. Like he is giving up just straight piss missiles. And I just don't personally, I don't own any Kumar Rocker. And I'm not getting into any anytime soon. Like if someone comes with me for a good deal for Kumar Rocker, I'll probably take it. But like it has to be a solid deal. A real solid deal.
So I own these two.
You poor guy.
John. So is it making me nervous? Yeah, just a tap.
No.
Just a tap.
Yeah.
I haven't read any reports. I've been a little busy, so I wanted to look into it. My thing is, I think he's just figuring some stuff out. I think again, him in college too was.
Spring training.
It's spring training, and his debut last year when he got called up was fucking insane. He was like this.
We love the Rangers.
We know what kind of pitcher he is. We know Skeens in college was incredible at LSU. But Kumar Rocker, I think Kumar Rocker was better in college. I think he was a way better pitcher in college. And I think Kumar Rocker was better than Jack Leiter, in my opinion. I think he was the best pitcher in that college baseball era. I know the thing is, I think Kumar Rocker is still catching up. Okay.
Mm-hmm. He was set back pretty hard.
So we got 22 Bowman draft. Okay. He was actually drafted by the Mets.
2020? 21?
I think he was 21. Or no, 20. Yeah, 21. He was drafted by the Mets. The issue was he had a problem with his shoulder, so they didn't sign him out of the draft pick slot.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, you can't go back. He was a senior, so he can't go back to college. So he had to go to indie ball. Okay? He then, from indie ball, he destroyed indie ball. And then he got drafted by the Rangers. When he got drafted by the Rangers, he got hurt again. He just kind of finally got his arm in full circle and bringing it up. They brought him up quick because obviously he's getting up in age. I think he's 24 now. But he's catching up. I don't think we let the spring training numbers alarm us. I think he, again, has one of the best arsenals for a prospect pitcher. He's phenomenal. He dominates the mound. I just think he's just working on some stuff. I wouldn't worry about it. So
Me personally,
yes,
it's just he's priced a little too high for me right now.
he is pricey for a pitcher, but we are, as a podcast, we love pitchers. So don't be a fucking turd, okay? Join this team likes pitchers.
I've never bought a pitcher out of.
You're fucking crazy. I buy a ton of them. I love them. I actually make a lot of money on pitchers. A lot. Love them to death.
Paul Skeens is the only one I've ever bought.
This is the first time I bought Paul Skeens, and I'm probably going to lose money.
I bought a True Blue. I get cooked so hard. I bought a True Blue for $500. Sold it for like $600. I don't even want to talk about what it's worth now.
Okay.
Even if I just held it for 3 months,
I just
would have
bought
doubled
this.
my money.
For
probably the same amount I bought that True Blue for.
Probably. I'm not going to say yes or no. I'm not, because I have to sell this thing, so I'm not going to say what I bought it for. I did pay a lot on it, okay? I paid a lot on it. I owned this card when Bowman Draft came out, when this debuted. Do you know how much I had that card for? Actually, you know how much I sold it for?
I don't even want to know. Probably like $200, honestly.
$125. Because I just wanted to get rid of it.
You poor
6 months later,
we think we're good at this.
Why do they fucking listen to us?
Yeah, dude.
Listen. That was I think that was 22 draft, right? 22 draft, I think.
Skeens was 23,
No,
I believe.
23. So that was almost 2 years ago. So I've learned a lot from
Wild.
I've learned a lot from being scared and just trying to get rid of a card. I'd rather lose $30 now than not take the chance of it blowing up. And that's what I'm doing with Kumar Rocker. My price on Kumar Rocker is what it is. So
High five.
Let's go. Topic number 4. Let me talk to you about something, okay? So we got 2 players that were just drafted.
I'm going to kill this. I love this.
2 players that were just drafted, okay? They were in 24 drafts, but have blown up. I mean, they excelled right away in minors. I mean, phenomenal. One is Christian Moore. Christian Moore was drafted by the Angels and just absolutely soared through the minor leagues. Angels have a real. They did it with Nolan Shanwell. They brought him up super fast. Like, I think actually
Zach Neto as well.
Zach Neto too. Nolan Shanwell, like, they brought him up the year of his draft. Christian Moore did more than both of them combined.
Double
in the minor.
Double.
He proved it. Christian Moore prices are very expensive. Okay, they really are. I mean,
they are.
I have some nice Christian Moore. I just gemmed an Aqua. So what are we thinking on number 1? Is Christian Moore making this roster?
Oh, okay. So Christian Moore is 1,000% making the roster, just simply from an Angels financial point of view. I mean, you're going to have, just from box, you got Mike Trout, who's coming back. He looks great. You're going to have Christian Moore paired right next to him. The Angels being where they are would be dumb. Not dumb. Fucking idiotic not to bring Christian Moore up this year. Especially out of
sounds
spring.
Like the Angels.
Yeah. But I mean, the problem for me personally, if you're buying Christian Moore, is that there's not much room to grow. He has to play phenomenal for his cards to go up.
This is where I'll disagree with you. Okay. I will disagree with you. I know Christian Moore prices are extremely high. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But we have seen what a pitcher can do just off crazy hype. Whoever thought Paul Skeens was crazy high in value, even as a pitcher?
Yeah, he was.
He just revolutionized the pitcher collecting game. He became the elite. He is one of the biggest players in the league as a pitcher, most expensive. Okay. And we saw what he can do when you have instant success in the league. Game changing. Christian Moore is very
My
expensive.
problem.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I think if Christian Moore makes this team, that alone will make his prices jump.
I think a little bit.
I'm holding my Christian Moore because I
Oh,
truly
100%.
well, first of all, I gemmed it. I make a lot of money. I'm gonna make a lot of money. I have a lot of into it. I have a lot of equity now. Okay. But I think if and when, I don't think it's doubt in my mind he's gonna make this team. I think his prices are gonna go 25 to 30% higher just when he makes the team.
Just when he makes the team?
Yes.
I think it's kind of expected.
And I think once you get once you get that official
FOMO?
yes, he's less of FOMO, more of you have a guy who's going to be learning from Mike Trout, who's similar.
Yeah, I like that too. Oh, they're very similar players. Yeah.
Similar build,
Similar
style of play, outfielders.
Yeah, they're very similar.
Trout, you have one of the greatest players ever holding your hand and bringing you in this league.
Does Moore play outfield, or is he like a second? He plays the outfield, right?
Maybe. I think. Yeah, I thought he's an outfielder.
The question is,
I feel stupid.
does he go? Does he go to center over Trout?
Chris Moore's a second baseman, infielder. He's an infielder.
Second baseman. That's what I thought. I thought he was a second baseman.
I actually think he actually played a little bit of outfield when he was in college, but nix that. Sorry, sounds stupid, but I mean, okay,
my bad.
Not an outfield, but like again, this is actually okay. Great point for me. Kobe fucked me up. It's all his fault. All his fault. Fucked me up. Take it. In the MLB, I think there's a real niche for elite second baseman.
Oh,
which
100%.
we rarely. So my biggest thing is I hate when people are like, oh my god, like this is so stupid. Like he's a second baseman, I'm not going to invest in him. I go, when you have a real true star second baseman, which we never have, especially Christian Moore, who has massive power for him.
That's not a lot. You don't see that in second baseman.
When's the last time? I mean, really, like there's niche second baseman in this league. Jose Altuve, for example. Jose Altuve rookie cards, which he doesn't even have any autos for, go for fucking crazy money. I know they were back in like 2011 or something.
Him and Dustin Pedroia are probably the only two relevant second basemen in the last like 10 years.
And
Dustin Pedroia is pretty low.
He's dirt cheap. Could you imagine? Okay, now let me ask you something. Could you imagine if Dustin Pedroia stayed healthy and was like had a full career?
If it wasn't for fucking Manny Machado.
Yeah, I agree. Fuck that guy. But again, Pedroia, MVP and Rookie of the Year, and his stuff is dirt.
Huge.
But it's purely because of longevity. The hobby is based on longevity, and I think Christian Moore, still really young. You know, I think if he comes up and becomes an elite second baseman, he's 6'1". He's 6'1". You become a 30 home run hitting second baseman on the Angels and become a star of that team.
Big market.
I think you have the best second baseman in the league, and he's going to be the one leading the charge.
Yeah, I agree.
Next guy we'll talk about, drafty with him, is someone who's actually recently in a big trade. Was drafted by the Cubs. Cam Smith. And actually, I think Cam Smith actually made more noise in the minors last year than Christian Moore. I know Christian Moore kind of got called up quicker. But Cam Smith hit like 8 home runs in like 2 weeks.
He's gross.
Issue. Okay, so let's talk. Do you think Cam Smith makes the roster?
I think there's no way in hell he doesn't.
See, my issue is I think
I'm a firm believer that.
I don't think there's a shot until he does. Because I think the Astros are they're in such a bad spot where they are right now.
The Astros suck, yeah.
You lose Kyle Tucker.
Who do they have to play third base?
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you. But so here's the thing. I think it's a matter of they want to retain Cam Smith for as long as possible. Okay. Oh Lord. There you go. Astros. You're going to just change hat. You should have 30 hats there for each team. And then when we talk about a different guy.
That'd be hilarious.
So Cam Smith, I think they want to retain him as long as they can. Cam Smith's 24 Bowman draft stuff has actually fallen quite a bit.
I'm a buyer. Sell me your Cam Smith.
I am absolutely buyer, but here's the thing. He's an Astro now. He is kind of tainted. I think he's going to be a very good player, but his prices have fallen. I'm a buyer. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's going to make the roster yet because they lost Bregman. They lost Tucker. They don't have a lot there. They really don't. And I just think they want to wait. And their farm system is also still garbage. So I think it's a really good time to buy Cam Smith because I don't think he's going to make the roster.
Great.
And it's great to buy him right now because a lot of his raw stuff is not like, oh, why is it raw? Should I grade it?
Yeah, it's new.
It's raw because it's almost brand new. I think he has Sapphire autos. So I think Cam Smith's actually biased. Don't think he's going to make the roster.
Personally, we talked about it earlier. The 2 home runs, 1 game. I just don't see where the Astros can't not call him up. I think he's developed. I think he's seasoned. I think he's one of the best players in the draft. Personally.
Right. So are you familiar with the Super 2 date? Where when you get called up at a certain time in the season and it pushes your arbitration years. Okay, so I think it's around in July. It's called the Super 2 date.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So once you get
like
past
the rookie
that date,
of the year deadline.
Kinda, yeah. It's like a part of the season where pretty much almost rookie of the year deadline. It's when you get past that date, your RB year gets pushed another year.
Yeah.
Rather than debuting. I think the Astros are they're gonna get smoked in the AL West this year. Fucking smoked.
Yeah.
I just don't I think like in a managerial standpoint, I just don't think they're gonna be in contention. I mean, I know their rotation's really good, but I don't think they're in a managerial standpoint to have Cam Smith start in the beginning of the year on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Would it help him? Maybe. I mean, I don't think he's not good enough to be on the team. But managerial-wise, I think they're going to push him to mid-season. He'll get a debut later in the season. But I think he's a monster investment.
Yeah. I love Cam Smith, so.
I do too. Let's do a quick one. We'll actually talk about a little bit more when Rick comes back on this next week.
Yeah, he knows a little bit more about it.
I think he knows more about it than anyone I know in this world. But we'll dabble in it. We'll just get opinions right now. So recently, PSA has changed their rules on PSA 10s. It sucks because I just sent big fat, both of us, drum roll. Yeah. PSA 10 are now changed on centering rules. I know this is actually going to hurt some people because they're going to be more reluctant, and I think we're going to see more shitty raw cards hit the market, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
PSA 10 centering rules are now 55-45. I mean, these things have to be almost centered
strict.
to the tits. I mean, I just sent
strict.
I know. And it sucks because I just sent in a Nick Kurtz gold shimmer first auto. Colby, I'm not lying to you. I just saw the pic of the PSA 10 of it. Dude, this card is literally like pulled up into the corner and it's a PSA 10.
Really?
And I'm just like, yeah. So I'm just like, and
that's
mine's
unfortunate.
Mine's a little bit off left to right. Okay.
Well, when was it graded?
I don't know. And that's my fucking issue. That's my problem. Because if my 9s, I'm going to mine surface too, immaculate. Not a spot on it. I got it from my buddy Chris, who listens. I love him. Love you. I got it from him. He got it in a break. Yes, we love Chris. Don't do that's the Millennium Hearts. We do this, okay? We don't do
it's just easier, dude.
Yeah, it's way easier. Not this.
It's not even my generation.
That's like throwing
my
Crips.
generation. It's not the same at all.
edit. So let me ask you. So do you think, obviously, is this going to make PSA 10s more than 2 times a raw? Because it's so much harder to gem. Pop counts are going to drop.
I don't think it will raise the value of a 10 necessarily. I think it will raise the value of the 9s. We've already seen the 9s kind of go up. I mean, the thing is, I don't feel like there's enough like proof
So let me
to
ask you
show the
something.
tens,
I've
but
heard this. I've heard this. I've heard it on many interviews. Okay, people saying there's going to be more values than nines. Can we just think
there is.
logically here? Is nines going to be more valuable, or nines going to be just the same because there's going to be more nines? Because it's
Yeah,
going to be so
I
much
don't
harder
know.
to grade tens. You can have a
It's
card that's surfaced
tough.
perfectly. What if the centering's off and you get a 9? There's gonna be a
Send it to
fuck ton of
BGS.
9s. I think, yeah. So right now,
It's gonna be a resurgence in a lot of other grading companies.
and this is what I actually you just said BGS. This is
Mhm.
a prime time for BGS to step the fuck back up and become one of the big raiders again.
Yeah, they need to
Because
like
there is
maybe
no
drop their
reason
pricing or something.
your centering being 60-40 with an immaculate surface should drop your card to a PSA 9. If you were going to
The
do this,
pro
you should have never fucking changed this 2 years ago when it was 55-40, 45. You should have never changed it to 60-40
Mhm.
because now you
The
have all these
problem,
fucking PSA 9s or PSA 10s in rotation that are off center.
yeah. The problem with sending your off-center cards to BGS is they're so anal about centering as well.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
I
but
personally had a card. I had multiple cards that I cracked out of BGS nines and sent to PSA and got PSA tens just off of centering.
see, but if you got that 9 centering and you got a 10, and then 9-5, at least you're gonna get your 10. Or at least you get a 10, 10, 10. At least you're gonna get
You're gonna
10.
get a
Or a 9-5.
it'd be 10, 10, 9, 5. That's the only qualification you'd have for a 10.
Okay, but even if you get like a 9 centering and it's 10 corners, 10 surface, and like a 9 anything, I don't know if that's the other one. Like, I mean, at least you get your
That'd be a
BGS
9,
9-5.
5, I
It's
think.
it's more.
Yeah.
How is PSA going to do
I
this?
don't
And now
know.
there's gonna be this massive influx of 9s, and people think 9s are going to be more valuable. I think they're fucking dead wrong. I think 9s are going to be worse. I think they're going to
I mean,
be,
who
you
cares?
know, it's not going to be the $10-$20 above, I don't like right now. I think that is so fucking stupid. Your card
Yeah.
is
I mean,
slabbed
I
up
see your
and
point.
protected.
Yeah.
Stop. Okay. I can't even buy. I hate it. You know who made a good point? I actually saw a great interview the other day with a guy who I done deals with. He's a good guy. Jersey Wild. Josh is a good dude. I just saw an interview with
Love
him. He's
Josh.
like one of the.
Richard?
Josh is awesome.
Josh Richard?
Yeah, Josh Richter. Josh is an awesome guy. I've talked to Josh a bunch. I did see his interview with this, and he said he is one of the
Mhm.
biggest Bowman dealers in the world. If not the biggest. I
Yeah.
think Josh is the biggest. Josh is amazing. Josh said
Josh is
he
definitely the biggest.
yeah, he said he couldn't even sell PSA 9s right now. Can't even move them. This is just people being
He
snobs.
doesn't. The thing is, he doesn't get nines. Did you see his last
so
sub?
you know what?
Straight
I'm
dimes.
gonna have to tag Josh because he actually he said he put in this massive PSA order, and he did get a
Mhm.
lot of 9s, and he can't move them now. I have a very hard time moving my 9s. I just think it's snobby. Everyone wants their 10s the best. Dude, listen, if you have a card that's older and it's a PSA 9, I think there's a lot of value there. I know when a
Yeah.
card drops, like say it's a 24 draft card, it's a 9. There is no reason you should be paying raw for that. You have a
No,
slabbed
I
card.
agree.
It's still gem. It's still a gem. It's a gem mint 9. Okay. It's almost perfect. Someone
It
pays
should be
$30
definitely
to
higher
start.
than raw.
I think it should be almost $40 more, usually. Obviously higher in a higher value card. But
Yeah.
there's no fucking reason.
Like a percentage, like probably like 15%.
If it's a $500 card and you PSA 9 it, it should be a $600 card. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Then there's some incentive of
And
sending your stuff.
you're not getting this. I think it's being people being snobs right now. I think it's
Yeah.
stupid, and I think this 55-45 thing makes it so much fucking worse. Here's the question: Are they really going to enforce it, or if a card is? I can understand if the thing is pulled over 70-30, but if a card's like 60-40 and it's really close, and you have an immaculate surface, if my Kurtz, I'll show you a picture of it. I'll put a picture on
Mhm.
Instagram. if Mike Hurts 9s, I'm gonna fly to California and punch someone in the fucking face. Like, come on.
I said this about my Rainier refractor. It's down, so
it's just
good mojo your way.
Please knock on wood. Knock on wood. Okay, I need that. I need that card. I paid a lot of money for it. I paid comps for it because it was so immaculate. You can't. They can't be snobbing like this. It's just kind of silly now. It really is. It's not a fan of it. And it's. I just think it leaves for graders. It leaves a huge gray area.
It leaves a gray area. And do you think they're using a centering tool? All the cards that they get, you think they're using a centering tool to check?
I don't think they do. The biggest graders in the world.
They're definitely just looking at it. I mean, you're turning out what? They turn out 2-3 million cards a month.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's more of them looking at. That's kind of what they PSA prides on. They look at the card, they examine it very closely, but it's not AI grading. They're not gonna. They don't do it. I don't know enough about it. I wish I did.
I think it's all scam. There's too much gray area. It's just.
I think it's all about who's grading it that day and who feels like being an expert.
Just set up $20. That's my advice for y'all out there. Put $20
slip
in
a 20
a card saver one, and then write a nice sticky note says "Lunch is on me" and put a smiley face on it. That's my advice for everybody.
Gem this MJ fake rookie card.
Here's $40.
Yeah. That's pretty much it for us tonight. I think we pretty much target everything we want to talk about. Rick will be back next week. I think
we miss Rick.
We do miss Rick, that bald bitch. Love him so much. I think we'll touch more on the PSA stuff, and I will give an update on I have a 4-card PSA order going out. I had the Nick Hurts gold, obviously. I had a purple Cags auto go out. I had a base Cags, and I actually sent my Bubba Chandler blue wave Bowman first auto. So we'll see how that comes. That should be back within the next couple of weeks because I sent it on the 14-day. So we'll see. But anyway, I'll leave you with some beautiful Christian Moore gem, and we'll see you guys next week.
See y'all.
See you, boys.